Do you ever have the experience when meeting new people, and at first there's a certain awkwardness, there's a certain lack of certainty, right? There's a certain discomfort when interacting with these new people because you don't know who they are, what they resonate with, if they even like you. You don't know if you can completely express yourself authentically in front of them and get a positive response, right? And so there's a certain hesitancy there, and you end up repressing your self-expression to a degree. And then over time, maybe you'll trickle out a little bit of self-expression, and then you'll kind of see how they respond to that. And then slowly over time, you build more rapport, you build more comfort, and you can begin to feel comfortable fully being yourself. Well, in this video, I'm going to dive into how to shortcut that entire process so that basically from the get-go, you can be completely comfortable being yourself. All right, so the first thing that I want to address is really the most important aspect of this video and this concept, and this is the idea that the most important thing you can do when first meeting people is completely owning your frame. And what I mean by this is developing this ability to be completely certain in who you are, to completely trust in yourself, and to essentially love yourself to the degree that you can fully be authentic regardless of any possible response or repercussion. So at the same time that, yes, you calibrate to the other people, you empathize, like you may share one part of your personality with one type of person and a different part with a different person. For example, say you really like surfing and someone's really into surfing. Well, the part of you that loves surfing and is knowledgeable about that will probably become more activated there, right? And then say, for instance, you are interacting with someone who really loves food, and then you can share your specific tastes in the area of food and cuisine and that type of thing. And that's a different part of your personality that comes out. And so, yes, we are multifaceted and different parts can come out at different times. And it's useful to be able to relate by sharing relevant parts of yourself with people who can relate to that. Of course, that is exceptionally important. But this video is all about fully owning the truth of who you are, what you like, what you resonate with, what you think is funny, what amuses you, what's fun for you. You express that and you own that. And there's not this hesitancy and this fear and apprehension around sharing that. You feel totally comfortable and confident in that expression. And one of the most important ways to do this is by, as I said before, developing a self-trust and a self-love. And you do this by really just specifically focusing on that and setting the intention to create that self-trust and that self-love and practicing being who you really are, not showing some sort of mask or acting a certain way in order to get a certain response, but practicing being fully authentic and vulnerable, and then noticing how people respond to that. And what you'll notice, and what I've noticed, is the response typically is good. Very good for the most part. Of course, there's going to be some times where, people have whatever they have going on. Maybe someone's depressed. Maybe they're having a bad day, whatever. And they might not respond that well. But what I've noticed is when I'm really authentic, when there's no part of me that is trying to hide, and also there's no part of me trying to get something from the other person. It's like, here's my hand. You can look at my cards like that. Boom, this is who I am. Boom. No need to impress. No need to do anything in particular. It's just like, this is me. And I'm okay with myself because I love myself. Or at the very least, I respect and honor myself. I respect my value as a human being. I don't need to prove my value to you and my worth. And that's why oftentimes when we first meet people, there's like an apprehension and uncertainty, and there's a little bit of discomfort, and because part of us is like, I need to somehow prove my value to this person. And then if I can prove my value over time, then I can relax and be comfortable. That's bullshit. You don't need to prove your value to anyone. Period. You have value just for being a human being, just for being you. Period. And then you can connect with people and you can be authentic and you can see if you guys resonate, if you click. And that's it. It's that simple. And yes, some people you'll click with and you'll resonate. Some people you won't. And that's just the way it is, right? You don't need to try to devise some sort of fake personality in order to resonate with every single person, and then you're like adapting to every single person and trying to be the person that they would resonate with, and you're exhausting yourself. It's such an energy drain. And when you can own yourself, own who you are, and be like, boom, this is me. You own your frame of reality. You own what is true for you, what's valid for you, what's authentic for you. And again, a huge part of this comes, one, from recognizing who you really are. The truth of your identity beneath the construct of your personality. And this requires a sort of inner excavation through the conditioning of your personality. Like how much of your personality is actually authentic to you and how much of it is conditioned. And like, I don't know if we can ever really discern that, because again, it's like, in a way, everything is kind of conditioned, even the language that we use. It's conditioned. We didn't come up with this. But what I'm trying to say is like, how much of it is true to what really resonates with you deeply and feels truly authentic, and how much of it is just some sort of fake thing that you do, maybe unconsciously, in order to maybe get a certain response, get people to like you, or maybe you don't even know why you do it, but it was just something you've been conditioned with. So doing this inner excavation, and you do this by bringing awareness, especially during social interactions. Bringing awareness, okay, how am I acting? How am I sort of like adjusting my behavior to maybe get a particular response? How am I judging or criticizing myself? Really becoming aware of this. And noticing it, accepting it, and then letting it go. This is key here. This is very, very key. This is a very key practice. Developing the self-awareness and noticing what's happening, what's arising. Oh, I did this thing. I said this thing. I noticed this reaction arising. Noticing it, accepting it, embracing it, bring love and acceptance to it. Okay, that's fine. I'm noticing that. It's not bad. You're not resisting it or reacting to it. like a reaction on top of a reaction. You just notice it and accept it, embrace it. Okay, I embrace this. I love this part of myself. I accept it. And then you can move forward from there with conscious volition. You're gaining a greater awareness, self-awareness, a greater capacity to consciously navigate and to consciously communicate and express yourself through that process. So that is absolutely critical. And then the more you do this, and the more you cultivate the self-awareness, the more you can begin to really be authentic and really relax in the moment, even with new people. You can be relaxed, you can be more chill, you can be confident. And you develop the self-worth. You develop this higher self-esteem. And you also, it's necessary to implement habits that help to build up your self-worth and self-esteem. Not going to really go into that in this video, but something to keep in mind. Something to keep in mind, because the higher your self-confidence and self-esteem, the more you can fully be yourself right from the get-go. But again, the key is to really own your frame, where you're not so much judging yourself during the interaction, but you're just being fully with the other person, being fully present, acknowledging the person. You have this curiosity about the person. You're being with them completely, and you're not getting distracted by self-judgment, self-criticism, overthinking, that type of thing. This is huge. This is critical. And you can very, very quickly develop rapport with people through this practice. And it's really amazing how quickly you can do this. It's a shortcut to developing rapport with people. And if you have a really good connection and resonance with someone, you really click, you can feel like you've been friends with this person like forever. You can feel like you actually have shared history and you know each other, when in fact you don't. But it's like you come to people with this frame of like, we're already friends. There's already comfort. Oh, cool. We're both human beings, like how much more in common do you need than that? We're both human beings. That's really all you need. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to share in this video. I really hope that was helpful and beneficial for you. I love making these videos. Plenty more to come on social mastery, mastering the art of relating, becoming more comfortable with connecting with people, with self-expression. I think this is needed now more than ever with all the disconnection happening and the craziness in this world. I really, really feel called to bring back this art of connection and relating, and to make it something that's really fun, because I truly believe that your capacity to connect and to network is the foundation for all success in your life, in all areas of your life. So I'm going to be sharing plenty more on this. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, as always, to live this life from a peak experience. This has been Bodhi with Bodhi Tree Social. We will talk again soon. Much love to all of you.